Hey there, my name is Matthew Rodella, and I am the designer of Amplified. Amplified is a medium weight dice placement, tableau, and engine building strategy game designed for 2 to 5 players. It plays in about 30 minutes per player online or 20 minutes per player when played in person. In the game, you'll be taking on the role of a working musician who specializes in a particular genre, like rock, jazz, country, hip hop, or pop. The goal of the game is to earn the most reputation points after 5 rounds of play. Reputation points can be earned by recording music, playing live gigs, and by taking various other actions during the game. I created this game to capture the feeling of what it's like to build a successful band by doing things like strategically building all the various requirements and juggling all the things you need to do to manage a band while dealing with the unpredictability of playing a live gig. So there are really 2 concepts that are core to the game and the way it feels and the way it plays. So the first concept is using dice to represent your musicians in 2 unique ways. First, during the preparation phase, which is the first phase of every round, you'll be using your dice as workers with static values that represent your musician's experience level. You'll use these workers to take various actions during this phase, like a traditional dice placement game. The second way you'll use your musician dice is by rolling them during the gig phase and then placing them on the various spots on your musician cards. This represents the effort your musicians put out during the gig and if that effort met their individual performance potential. Sometimes one musician's die can be placed on another musician's card to signify that that musician helped boost the performance of his or her fellow bandmate. It's a fun puzzle to try to optimize the placement of the dice based on what your goals are for that gig. There are various ways to mitigate your die rolls during the gig phase, including spending inspiration that you've earned to add or subtract the value on your dice. Or you can upgrade those dice placement spots on your musicians with gear tiles. During the gigs, you'll earn applause and groove, and then you'll need to decide how you want to convert these resources into things like fans, skill, or money, or even more inspiration. And these are all things that you're going to be earning throughout the game. The second core concept of the game that I want to focus on is the way it kind of borrows aspects of character leveling and progression from RPG and dungeon crawler type games. So throughout this game, your musician's experience will increase and they'll become more powerful. However, as their XP increases, so too will the amount of money that they require to be paid after every gig. This balance between money and growth is a core tension throughout the game. Grow too quickly and you'll end up losing a bunch of band members and reputation because you can't afford to pay them. You'll also be earning your way up the venue track to play gigs at better and more lucrative venues in a system reminiscent of resource tracks in games like Lost Ruins of Arnak. This is a feeling I wanted to capture in this game that I experienced a lot as a gigging musician myself. You know, working to earn your way to be able to play at the better, more prestigious establishments. At the end of the game, the players will earn some final reputation points based on the venue they made it to, and if they met their own personal private contract cards, and some other various things that they'll score at the end of the game. Whoever has the most reputation points at the end of the game is the winner. I've strived to balance this game so you can take many approaches to victory. Do you want to keep your band a small trio and focus on being very skilled and save up money and inspiration to record a bunch of albums? Or do you want to grind it out with a big band playing sold-out shows at the local sports arena to throngs of adoring fans? Either strategy could lead to victory if you play your cards right, and that's how Amplified plays. Thank you for your time and consideration.